You're out enjoying a sunny afternoon, maybe browsing the aisles at the grocery store for tonight's dinner ingredients, or taking a leisurely stroll through the park with a friend. Everything feels just right until that familiar, unwanted sensation creeps in. You know the one. It's embarrassing, frustrating, and it stops you in your tracks. You might try to laugh it off, shift uncomfortably, or casually cross your legs, hoping no one notices. But inside, you're wondering, why does this keep happening? Is this just what getting older feels like? Will I ever feel in control again? If you've ever experienced a little leak or found yourself racing to the bathroom only to miss by a second, let me reassure you, you are not alone. And no, this isn't something you have to just live with because you're a senior. Too many women, maybe even you, have been quietly coping with bladder leaks, feeling a mix of shame, worry, or fear that someone might notice. Maybe you hesitate to go on long car trips, stay overnight at a friend's house, or even enjoy a family gathering without constantly mapping out the nearest restroom. But here's the truth no one talks about enough. This isn't just about accidents. It's about your dignity, your confidence, and your ability to live life without fear. So let's have an open, honest conversation today. Doctors have pinpointed 8 everyday habits that could be making bladder leaks worse for senior women. The good news? Changing just 1 or 2 of these habits can make a world of difference. In this video, I'm going to walk you through each of these habits, things you might be doing without realizing how they affect your bladder. More importantly, I'll share simple, practical steps you can take starting today to regain control. Because this isn't just about staying dry. It's about reclaiming your freedom, your peace of mind, and your joy. If you've ever felt frustrated, embarrassed, or just tired of dealing with bladder leaks, I invite you to stay with me for the next 30 minutes or so. You deserve answers. You deserve relief. You're in the right place. Drop a quick "I'm here" in the comments below if any of this resonates with you. Let's show each other we're not alone. And if you find this helpful, please subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide, where we tackle real issues that matter at this stage of life with honesty, compassion, and no judgment. All right, let's dive into the 8 habits doctors say senior women need to avoid to stop bladder leaks for good. Get comfortable, grab a notebook if you like, and let's start with habit number 1. This one might catch you by surprise. Drinking too little water to avoid leaks. At first, cutting back on water seems like a smart move, right? If your bladder's leaking, it must be too full, so less water means fewer accidents. Logical, but wrong. Let me tell you about Susan, a 70-year-old who loves her weekly book club. She started noticing leaks during meetings, so she decided to stop drinking water after lunch. At first, she thought it helped, but soon she felt sluggish, constipated, and her mouth was always dry. Worse, the leaks didn't stop. They got more frequent. Why? When you skimp on water, your body gets dehydrated. Your urine becomes concentrated, more acidic, and irritating to your bladder lining. This irritation causes spasms, that sudden, "I've got to go now" feeling, making leaks more likely. Dehydration is a big issue for older adults, especially women, and it makes your bladder overactive and harder to control. Instead, try sipping water steadily throughout the day. Keep a bottle or glass nearby and take small sips regularly. You can ease up on fluids an hour or 2 before bed to avoid nighttime trips, but don't let your body go thirsty. A well-hydrated bladder is calmer and easier to manage. Let's pause here. Does this sound familiar? Have you ever cut back on water thinking it would help? Share in the comments. Your story might help someone else. Now, water's one thing, but what else are you drinking? That brings us to habit number 2. Drinking too much caffeine. Meet Barbara, a 69-year-old retiree who cherishes her morning ritual of 2 cups of coffee while reading the paper, plus a soda at lunch. By mid-afternoon, she's dashing to the bathroom constantly, sometimes not making it. She thought it was just aging, but the culprit was caffeine. Found in coffee, tea, sodas, and even some chocolates, caffeine is a diuretic. It tells your kidneys to flush out water faster. It also stimulates your bladder muscles, making them twitchy and more likely to squeeze unexpectedly. Many think only alcohol causes urgency, but caffeine's often the sneakier trigger because it's part of our daily routine. You don't have to ditch your morning coffee entirely, but try cutting back. Switch to decaf after 1 cup, or try soothing herbal teas like peppermint or chamomile. Avoid caffeine after noon to give your bladder a break. Small changes like this can calm your bladder and help you relax. Let's take a moment. How many cups of coffee or tea do you drink daily? Drop it in the comments and let's see if caffeine might be playing a role for you. Moving on to habit number 3, one you might not connect to your bladder: poor posture while sitting. Let's talk about Dorothy, a 74-year-old who loves knitting in her favorite armchair. She spends hours there, often slouched, enjoying her shows, but she started noticing back pain, hip discomfort, and increasing bladder pressure, even when she hadn't drunk much. Slouching, especially for long periods, compresses your pelvic organs, including your bladder. Your pelvic floor muscles and ligaments support these organs, but poor posture shifts pressure downward, straining those muscles and weakening your control. Here's a simple fix. When sitting, keep your feet flat, back supported, and spine upright, not stiff, just aligned. A small cushion behind your lower back can help. Try not to sit for more than 30 to 45 minutes without standing or stretching. Good posture isn't just for your back, it protects your bladder too. Think about your sitting habits. Do you slouch in your favorite chair? Try this tip and let me know how it feels in the comments. Now, posture is important, but it's only part of the picture if your pelvic muscles are weak. That brings us to habit number 4, neglecting pelvic floor exercises. Meet Linda, a 71-year-old who raised 3 kids and assumed occasional leaks were just part of life after menopause. No one told her about Kegel exercises. Your pelvic floor is like a hammock holding your bladder, uterus, and bowel in place. Over time, especially after childbirth or aging, these muscles weaken, reducing your control. Pelvic floor exercises aren't just for young moms. They're vital for senior women. No gym or equipment needed. Try tightening your muscles as if stopping urine flow. Hold for a few seconds, then release. Start with 5 reps daily while brushing your teeth or watching TV, and build up. It feels strange at first, but these small moves strengthen your pelvic floor, giving you better control. Have you tried Kegels before? Or is this new to you? Share in the comments to inspire others. Next up, habit number 5, avoiding physical activity. Consider Evelyn, an 81-year-old who slowed down after a minor fall. She thought staying on the couch was safer, but her leaks got worse. More urgency, less warning. Inactivity weakens your core and pelvic muscles, which support your bladder. Think of these muscles as a house's foundation. When they're weak, everything shifts. You don't need intense workouts. Gentle movement like walking around your home, chair exercises, or leg lifts can help. Try marching in place while seated or tightening your core while breathing. Small movements build strength and confidence. Have you cut back on movement to feel safer? Let's talk about it in the comments. Now let's look at what you're eating. Habit number 6, consuming bladder-irritating foods. Helen, a 72-year-old food lover, enjoys spicy tacos, grapefruit for breakfast, and diet sodas. But she noticed more nighttime leaks after these meals. Certain foods, like spicy dishes, citrus fruits, tomato-based sauces, vinegar, or artificial sweeteners, can inflame your bladder lining, making it overactive. A bladder diary can help you spot patterns. Swap irritants for gentler options. Try apple juice instead of orange or mild herbs instead of spicy chili. You don't have to give up flavor. Just find what soothes your bladder. What's a food you love that might be a trigger? Share below. On to habit number 7, holding it in too long. Deborah, a 76-year-old who loves her bridge club, avoided public restrooms out of politeness or discomfort. She'd hold it for hours, but one day, a sudden leak on her way home left her mortified. Holding urine overstretches your bladder, weakening its elasticity and muscles, like an overworked rubber band. Instead, aim to go every 2 to 4 hours, even if the urge is mild, especially before leaving home. Consistency builds control. Do you ever hold it in to avoid public restrooms? Let's break the stigma. Share your thoughts below. Finally, the most overlooked habit, number 8, not talking to your doctor. Meet Ruth, a 79-year-old grandmother who suffered in silence for years, thinking leaks were just aging. After a humiliating accident at a family event, she finally spoke to her doctor and discovered manageable treatments for her overactive bladder. Bladder issues can stem from infections, prolapse, hormonal changes, or medications, and many have simple solutions like pelvic therapy or dietary tweaks. Your doctor is there to help, not judge. Make that call. It could change everything. Have you hesitated to talk to your doctor? Drop a comment. Your courage might inspire someone else. Let's take a breath and reflect. These 8 habits, skimping on water, overdoing caffeine, poor posture, neglecting pelvic exercises, avoiding movement, eating irritating foods, holding it in, and not talking to your doctor, can quietly steal your confidence. But here's the hope. You don't have to live this way. Bladder leaks aren't just part of aging. They're a challenge with solutions. Imagine walking into a room without worrying about the nearest bathroom, laughing without fear, or saying yes to life again. That's what this is about. Your dignity, your freedom, your joy. Which habit hit home for you? Maybe it's the coffee you love, or holding it in during social events. Pick one small change this week. Maybe 5 Kegels before bed, or swapping soda for water. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. You're not alone. Millions of women face this, and every step you take brings you closer to control.